I'm going to make this as painful as possible, but the question before you today is, how do you actually lose weight and keep it off? First of all, I'm assuming that most of us already know that the majority of the things that we call food that's in our grocery stores is not food. It appears to be food, but it has been chemically enhanced and modified. There are too many additives in the foods that we buy in the grocery store, which renders them useless in terms of nutrition. So it is up to us to make sure that we are giving our body proper nutrition in the way of the water that we drink, in the way of the food that we intake, and even our lifestyle has to be indicative of someone who wants to be healthy. Okay? Now, there are two key things involved. I'm going to say three. Three key things involved in losing weight and keeping that weight off perpetually. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have a source of good, wholesome food that is unadulterated. No chemicals, no genetically modified organisms, no hormones that's been given to your beef and other animals and so forth, and that everything that you are ingesting is organic, organically grown. You want to make sure that that's what you are on a mission to try to secure, is organically farmed, organically grown fruits, vegetables, plants, fish, and cow. And I don't want to say dairy. I'll keep that out of there. Okay? Now make sure that it's all organic. That's the first thing that you want to do in your research. Make sure that you find the proper sources to ensure that you're going to have organic foods that's entering into this. We are organic as well. Understand this. Now, once you have secured that knowledge, where you can get real food from, even if it means taking up a space in your yard or going somewhere and finding you a piece of land or parcel of land and growing you a garden with those things that you would love to eat or feed your family as well. Is it work? Of course it is. But what is your life worth to you? What is your health worth to you? I hope it's valuable to you. So now, we've crossed that bridge. Next, as far as water is concerned, you want to make sure that you have a clean water source. Tap water is not going to get it. That's not real water. Someone say, well, brother teacher, what do you mean it's not water? It is water. It looks like water. It's polluted water, to be specific. There are thousands, and I do mean thousands, of chemicals in the water that we drink and bathe with. It's a fact. And you can alleviate the majority of the carcinogenic properties of water, the parasitic factors that's in your water, and the chemicals, if you go and purchase you a good filter, carbon-based filter. Any filter is better than no filter at all. There are some people who say that carbon filters don't eradicate many of the chemicals that's in the water that we drink. That's true. They have other filtration systems too. There's a reverse osmosis system, but you just have to do the research on your own. If you have any questions, please hit me up and I'll reply to you concerning that. But I don't have a whole lot of time in this video to break everything down as it relates to the water filtration. But you want to make sure that you have not only a water filter on your faucet that you drink out of, but you want to have a water filter on your shower and your bathroom sink as well, because those harmful chemicals, we're bathing in them. And I'm going to backtrack one more time to an early video of mine when I have told you that there's a few ways that things enter into this temple, this body of ours. Ingestion, that's what you eat and swallow. Okay? Inhalation, what you breathe in. Absorption, through the skin. Things are actually absorbed through the skin, i.e. taking a shower. You're absorbing chlorine and all of the various other chemicals that's in that water that's coming out of that municipal system or supply system, if you will. Understand this. When you sit in a tub of water that is not clean, you are absorbing the chemicals that are in that water supply. When you take a hot shower, did you know that the shower, the heat from the water opens up your pores, thereby enabling the chemicals to absorb into your body more readily and more rapidly? Did you understand that? So it will behoove you to get a good quality water filter head for your shower. So now I touched on food being organic, and I touched on your water source. Now, the premise of this video is based on, or predicated on, how to lose weight and keep it off. I told you about organic foods, and I told you about your water source. Now, the third thing will be exercise. Human beings, people don't exercise like they did when they were children. They become less active when they hit around 30 years old and above. There's a small percentage of our population that still has a regular routine of exercise of some sort, be it tennis, basketball, soccer, karate, or whatever. There's a small percentage again that engage in some form of regular exercise, but the majority of Americans don't exercise on a regular basis. Now, you open the floodgates for being overweight, having extreme or morbid obesity, and cancer and all other types of body ailments and maladies and diseases when you don't exercise. You must do that. And I have to slide this one in there too. You have to have proper rest. You have to sleep as well. Sleep and rest are two different things. You want to sleep for your body to recover. So now let me back up again and let's go to how to lose weight, since I've told you those main things already. Organic eating, water, and exercise. Okay. When you have gained weight, let's say 20 pounds or more as a guide or basis. If you've gained 20 pounds or more of fat on your body, how do you lose it? First of all, stop doing what you've been doing. All of the things that are the opposite of organic or inorganic, that means not organic. Stop eating that crap. All of the processed foods, that's your hot dogs, your bacon, your hamburgers, your sausage, your brats, your TV dinners, your fast food, all of that stuff, to include your canned goods as well. All of that stuff is chock full of non-nutritional products. Non-nutritional, no nutrition. It's all gone because of the processing part or aspect of. They put chemicals in our foods to keep them on the shelf. There is no nutrition in that crap. And again, these chemicals are placed in this food to keep it on the shelves long enough so that the store or the company can make a profit. They stand to gain nothing in terms of profit if the food spoils in a few days, which is what biological food actually does. It spoils in just a couple to few days. So they have to add all of these enhancers and these preservatives to keep it on the shelves longer. But these chemicals that they're adding to the foods are no good for us. So what happens? You have a catastrophe here as far as this biological instrument called the human body is concerned. We become nutritionally deficit. We have no nutrition entering into our bodies, or little to none entering into our bodies, and our body is screaming, saying that it's hungry, it's starved for nutrition. So what do? We go and continue to pile on those foods that are high in calories and have little nutrition, and then we begin to gain weight. And we cannot lose the weight because we are what? Inactive. So when you are putting thousands and thousands of calories into your body every day because your body is saying to you that I'm hungry, and in your mind psychologically you saying I'm hungry, so you think eating and eating and eating and eating is going to satisfy the hunger. But there's two hungers going on. The one hunger that's going on is your body really telling you that it's hungry. It's really in need of nutrition. That's going on. But in your head, you're saying you're hungry because you feel pangs in your stomach, hunger pains. So you feel like I have to eat until I'm full. And when you eat and you're full, once that sensation goes away and you feel it again, you want to eat again. But if you're eating the properly nutritional foods and elements, and you're putting them in your system, in your body, you're less hungry because you're giving your body what your body needs. And after a while, your body will begin to level off, and you will no longer be hungry as you were when you were putting all of the junk food in your body. Now, if you're overweight, I begin to say this: the first thing that you have to do again is stop putting the processed foods in your body. Now, some people can't go cold turkey. Some can wean themselves off a bit at a time and start inserting the nutritionally dense foods in your body. Now, someone is going to ask the question, where do you get this stuff at, brother teacher? I'm not going to answer every question for you, every single video. Not going to do that. I'm going to leave it open for you so that you can be convinced and you can be convicted in your own heart and mind as to what you need to do for yourself. Oftentimes when you give people all of the answers to everything, they end up not doing anything at all. But when you place the burden upon them to have to do some research and some study and then some proactive practices, then they appreciate it because they actually believe now, because they've done it or most of the work on their own. I'm just here to guide you. Okay? So you need nutrition. You need to take the processed foods out of your diet. Organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, beans. And if you eat meat, don't eat so much beef. Make sure that the fish that you eat is wild caught and not farm raised. You don't want anything that is done or prepared commercially, because commercialism, that's a red flag, because any commercial farm is going to always go against nature so that they can increase the food production. They're going to add chemicals and hormones in the food. It's that simple. That's exactly what happens from day to day. And then they care nothing about us ingesting this stuff, these things that cause all kinds of diseases. They don't care about us. All they care about is the bottom line or the dollar. And that's it, and that's all. At our expense, health-wise. Okay? So, organic foods, no processed foods. It's going to take a while for many of us to wean ourselves off of the processed foods. That's understood. That's a process. Now, I told you about the water. You need water filters in your home. And even after you get water from the drinking fountain in your home or in your kitchen, you can still boil the water as well. But for the most part, you're going to have some of those heavy metals still there and some of those chemicals still there that you cannot eradicate even in boiling. So you're going to have a metal detox. One of the things that you can use to detox the metals is chlorella. That's a green algae. It's number one. Another thing that you can use to detox the metals from your body is activated charcoal. That's number two. And number three, another way to detox the heavy metals from your body is vitamin C. Okay? And I have another one that I will add to that. Bentonite clay is another one that you can use to detox the heavy metals from your body. So it's a vicious cycle, ladies and gentlemen. We live, and we have to embrace this and wrap our brains around this. We live in a toxic environment, and it's not going to go away. It's going to be with us forever. So we have to learn how to balance our lives as it relates to that. Okay? So losing weight, I know this is redundant on top of redundancy, but take the processed foods out of your diet, add organic foods as much as you possibly can to your diet, greens, vegetables, colored vegetables, fruits, and so forth, and exercise. You want to exercise, okay? You want to 3 to 4 times a week, every other day, or however you decide to set up your program and or plan, 30 minutes or more of medium, at least, intensity exercise. It helps strengthen the heart. It helps push the poisons out of your body. It helps your circulatory system. It helps your overall health, and it helps to stave off any potentiality to cancer. Okay, these are just a few points. So I want to make sure that I didn't get off of the real purpose of this video, how to lose weight and to keep it off the real way. And I'm going to conclude by saying this one more time: how to lose weight and how to keep it off the real way. I do understand that there are some people who take medications for some illness or ailment or another, and sometimes those medications can cause you to gain weight. I understand that, and you may have to speak with your personal physician as it relates to that, and try to see if you can wean yourself off of some of those medications if they're not necessary for your life. Okay? Now, outside of that, the ways to lose weight and to keep weight off, let's say I was 250 pounds. Now, brother teacher's about 170, and I'm 5'9". So if I was about 250 pounds, how would I lose that 250 pounds? First thing I would do is find out, what am I doing to cause myself to gain this weight? The sugars and the unnecessary starches and the junk food in general and all of the processed foods, let's get that out my diet. That's number one. You can't mix health and bad habits at the same time. Something is going to have to take the backseat to the other. So get rid of the bad stuff, start introducing the good stuff in your body, and exercise. That's it. You will begin to see the weight melt off. It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. I'm a witness. I know what I'm talking about. The weight is going to melt off of your body. All you have to do, the most important thing that you have to do, is make the decision that you want to lose weight, and then you act upon it. If you say you want to lose weight and you've never taken the first step, there's no need in you watching this video or any other similar video. Okay? Make the decision that you want to lose weight and then act on it. Once you act on it, be diligent. Do not stop. And then after a period of time, it's going to become your regular way of living. It's going to become a standard of life for you. You won't even have to think about it because it's going to be second nature. That's it. And that's all. If you have any questions about losing weight, make sure that you let me know, and I will do my best to answer you. Okay? This is Brother Teacher. I love you and Yahweh love you. So long.